Sure. I know I love people. I love single moms. I love moms, period, because our job, people don't understand. People don't understand that it takes so much to be a mother. It's rewarding, but it's so much that goes into being it takes a lot to be a mother. Like, it's so much more than just, dressing your kids cute and putting them in activities and having the best birthday parties. It's so much more. Like, you're in charge. When you're a mother, like, you're in charge of making sure your children are being raised properly and, like, being wholesome. Like, you got to make sure their mental is okay, because for one, we headed in 2023. Like, life is just changing. Everything is so different. So you got to really make sure these babies are prepared. They're mentally okay. Like, life is hard. And for kids nowadays, it's insane. It's sad because a lot of the babies really don't have the support at home that they need, or the love at home that they need, attention. Like, you gotta just make sure, like, you're instilling good into these babies. Like, you gotta make sure you're listening to them. You gotta make sure you're teaching them, like, really teach them how to navigate through life and look at the world from all different angles. Don't ever be one-sided about anything. Always take in considerations others and take into consideration other people's feelings without neglecting your own feelings. And then if you got, y'all don't want to rant, but if you have multiple children, man, so now you have to know how to love each child in their love language, know how to discipline them all differently, because they are different. So you can't raise, you can have the same, like, borderline standards, expectations for your kids, but you cannot raise them all the same if you have multiple children. It just does not work like that. But life is be lifing, and you just have to make them strong without or help them to become stronger individuals without, like, handicapping them or making them hide their feelings because of whatever. But these babies need love. Like, they need love, they need God, they need us to step up. Like, if your relationship isn't good with God, like, get it together, because you need to be teaching your babies now, so that way you don't be, your kids are older trying to figure out who God is and build a relationship. Because truth be told, if you really have God in your life and you're being an example to your children, showing them the favor that can be on your life when you live for Christ, showing them, how you just can get through, how your life can just be so much better when you really do have God. If you're showing them that now while they're little, man, just imagine their life when they get older. Like, imagine a relationship that they're gonna have with God. Imagine the individuals they'll be, like, in Christ. That's a beast. You can't beat it. Like, nothing can beat a good, healthy relationship with Christ. Nothing can beat that. So, in my opinion, and what I know to be a fact, I don't care what who say what, or what the book say, what science say. God is the only one that's gonna help you be a good parent to these children. That's just that on it. But I think I'm done with my I think I'm done with my little rant. I don't know. I'll tell y'all later. Yeah, I'm back. I had to come back because I'm not done with my ranting. So, if you don't know, now you do know that I am a believer. Like, I believe in Jesus Christ, right? I believe in God. I confess of my sins every day. I try my hardest to live, live as much like Jesus as I can. It is very hard. It is very hard, especially in a sinful world. Like, everything around us is sin, and everything nowadays is taken like really lightly. So it's hard, because I'm pretty young. I ain't that old. So it's hard to be a young Christian, honestly. But it is so rewarding. Like, it's so rewarding when you really, really, really be on the right path and really, really be, in your word, like really seeking God daily. Life be lit. I ain't lying. But yeah, so that's that on that part, just so you guys can understand. Like, I am a Christian. I love Jesus. I come from a Christian background, but I feel like this isn't something that I was like pushed into. Being a Christian wasn't something I was pushed into. I developed my own relationship. So now it was good me seeing my parents, because my dad is a pastor, my mom, she's an evangelist. So seeing them in those roles, and have seen my dad change so much. Like, y'all, that's a story for another day. But like, I've seen my dad grow through God, in God. And it's beautiful to see. But I wasn't forced into Christianity. I built my own relationship with God, and I'm still seeking and building daily, because baby, it's hard, like I said, but it's rewarding. So yeah, that on that. But so raising these kids, right? Being a mother, being a parent, raising these babies, bro, especially as a single parent, it gets challenging. Like, the older they get, like, it's challenging when they're babies, just wanting to make sure they're okay, they're alright, little stuff, make sure you're doing the right thing. That's what you get, like, with a younger baby. But when they start to get older, you gotta really have to have these hard conversations with them. Like, when they're teenagers, like, these real hard conversations about friends and different things that they're worshiping, whether or not they know they're worshiping or not, sex, just all the stuff, right? All the life stuff. Like, the only way as a parent, but definitely as a single parent who kind of, let me make sure I'm going the right speed now, because I've been talking. A single parent who's like really the one who's in control of really teaching them life skills. And just when you start to raise these sons, I don't care what nobody say, like, we cannot raise a son. So it's definitely challenging to try to figure out how to raise them. We're not men. So for instance, with me, I have Travis. He knows when we're at the gas station, he's like, get out. It's just, I try to teach him things that I know a man should do, or things that people say men should do, and what's in the Bible. So the only way you're even gonna get help or guidance on doing something like that daily is from God. Like, that's where your strength gonna come from. That's who's gonna help you. Like, it's no book. You can read all the books you want to. You can do all the research you want to. It helps. I look so fat from this angle. Lord, I need to go and do some workouts. I stepped on that scale, sidebar. I stepped on that scale at the doctor's office. I thought I was losing weight. I didn't gain a little bit of weight, babe. So yeah, we gotta work out. But so yeah, when you raising, this place look crazy. I don't know. I just threw on the wig. I've got all type of sidebars. I can't keep my mind on one thing for nothing. But when you're raising these boys, like, you really need help. Like, you really need guidance from God to be able to do so. Because like I said, you can teach them what you think a man should do, and then even with that, all of it's so many different opinions on how you supposed to raise a boy, raise a man. Nah, I want one way from God. That's it. Because man, like, you try to do what God already, like, how you try to redo what God already done. Like, he done figured out, he done set a way for things to be done, for how you should raise a man, you know. And even in that, we supposed to wait until we're married. Like, women shouldn't have to raise a man. There should be a man in the house. But unfortunately, we sin, and we have to end up doing it until God send our husband, if we, you know, desire marriage, or if that's in his will. Which, Lord, please work on me. Help me really quickly to do what I need to do to get where I need to get, so you can send my man. Gosh, my prayer has changed so much from like, oh Lord, please send my husband. What I gotta do, because I'm the holdup. We've been a holdup of our blessings. But anyways, yeah. So back to the son. Back to raising the son. Like, you really need God to raise your son properly, because and especially, no shade to any other race, but especially a black boy, like a little black boy, like, oh, you raising, you gotta really see God to make sure you're raising a black man into a respectful gentleman, like a man, not no sorry man, not no half man, a whole man. Okay, so make sure we're working on our children's mental health. We're checking in with them however you think you need to. I don't care if it's like journaling. Me and my children, we journal. We haven't been doing it as much, which honestly, oh look, like, me and Kamara have this little journal. It's you know, it's like a simple. I don't want to show y'all like what's in there or nothing. But oh yeah, so when I first gave her the journal, I can't see it, but yeah, so I drew this on the first page, and then I wrote it in. I don't know what kind of stuff, what kind of drawing it. What kind of drawing is that? It was cute and fun. Just something like to make her feel comfortable, I guess. But yeah, so we journal. And I do need to do better with doing more one-on-one dates. I want to take each of my children like out of town for a weekend, just us individually, because that one time is so important, and that helps, you know, as you're raising your children. When you have multiple children, it just helps to keep like the communication open, and just to make sure they're okay, like as an individual, not as a sibling, or not as the oldest, or not as anything else but themselves, you know, not as a friend, a team player. Like, it's so many different things, so many different hats that these babies wear, especially, you know, teenagers, because that's what I have right now. But yeah, so we need God to help us raise our babies. So just, if you don't have a relationship, I beg you, please find you a tribe, find you some friends that's really trying to serve the Lord, and it'll be lit, I'm telling you. Yeah. Alright, so I'm about to go for real now. I need to see what I'm about to do for real.